Ladies and gentlemen, on this holiday special episode of We Shoulda, I am Sean Manning. That is Jason Jamerson. How are you, sir?
I'm good. You said holiday. What holiday is it?
Yeah, we just leave it.
What holiday is this?
It's a holiday special.
The Devil's Day?
I mean, technically, most of them would probably, if you looked at them, they'd probably all be the devil.
You know what's crazy?
Or some type of, some type of.
Depending on the historian, it's either
Yeah.
it was a holiday that pagans took over, and then we took it back, as in Christians, or it was a pagan holiday that Christians took over to water it down. But I mean, unless you was there, you don't know which one started which.
You don't?
You really don't.
At this point,
This wasn't even the Soloris Paternus. I don't know what it was called. What they used to say they would be called, that they use as a pagan holiday.
Yeah.
Before that, it was originally celebrated for us. It was a harvest season for our crops and whatnot, and it would be our first sacrifice to God. And then the pagans took it, and so we just took it back. I don't know. I don't even know anymore.
Are we gonna take back woke, or have we given it to the radicalized whites?
First of all, I didn't know woke was ours to begin with. I thought
What?
and here's why.
What?
And here's
Excuse me, brother. No, you don't want to do that. You got to stay awake of the man and his agenda, brother. What do you mean you didn't know it was ours?
So wake up. Oh, you not woke. You correct. Wake up.
So that was
to
us.
be honest,
well, that was us. But
I was going to say, to be honest,
in the hotel.
I would hear them say "wake up," but the term "woke" I didn't hear until the radical whites started using it.
Well, that was.
I know that's what they were implying.
Woke agenda, but now. Any type of inclusion, woke, or any type of inclusion, it's a DEI hire. Like the country was running smoothly when y'all were in charge.
Listen,
I'm not saying, you start removing white heads of state and then putting in random minority women. No, that's not what I'm saying. I don't think I would hope that's not what they're doing. But to ignore the fact that there has been a level of favoritism to white males for 120 years, and that is my only issue. Now, do I think, like, if you're doing a great job, right? Let's say you're a white guy, you're doing a great job, and all of a sudden this diversity, DEI hire, maybe we'll hire Patrice. Sorry, John, it might be time to step down. The optics. No, but if someone's moving on and you see someone who's qualified, regardless of what they are, give them a shot. That should be the job. If they've interviewed well, you think they're a good fit for the position, then it shouldn't be no hassle. But now everything, like, once something goes wrong, it's always the guy with the fucking sunglasses and the American flag in his background. There goes those DEI hires. And I'm like, man, like, it wasn't running smoothly when it might have been working well for you, but it wasn't working smoothly for the world. We haven't ever been flourishing. But
no, we have not.
If 8 years ago, they were in the they had that red hat on, well then, okay, maybe according to you, things were great at the time.
It's funny. I was on the Tickety Talk, and I seen a video. Because I was watching while I was driving. Well, I was listening while I was driving.
Wow.
I had it up on the little thing.
Wow.
I'm driving, just listening, and just scroll up. It ain't no different than me reaching for the radio back in the day when we used to.
It's not illegal.
All I do is.
It's not illegal to change the channel.
I mean, it wasn't in my hand. It was in the thing.
But you can't even that. Now you telling on yourself.
It's not illegal. If I keep it up there, if I take it out, then it is. Well, if I keep it up there,
driving. You said you were watching TikTok.
I was listening.
Driving.
I mean, that's because you usually say I was looking at TikTok, but it was just I was listening to it. That's my TikTok is my radio in the morning.
Oh, okay.
I just have it going.
Tell us you don't have Sirius XM without telling us
I
you don't have
I will
Sirius.
tell you I don't have Sirius XM. I'm not, after that 3-month trial, it's over with.
It's like $60 for the year. What you do is when they call you and ask you to renew, I said, yeah, I want to renew for exactly what I had at the price of what I had it with added at, and they'll go, okay. And then you got $60 for a year, maybe even less now. No, you have to play the game.
Listen,
because there's somebody out there paying $200 a year. I'm like, what would you do for these channels?
So I got it on I had to add it to my devices.
Right, and you
devices.
No, you just tell them, okay, I'll cancel. Hold on, before you do that, $2 a month.
I'll cancel. I swear I will.
You have to. You got to play the game.
But there was a video, and it was a guy who had asked, it's the Democrat and Republican debate with just regular people though.
Yeah.
And it was a black Democrat asked one of the black Republicans. He was like, I just want to know from you, none of the rest of them. He's like, when was America great? And prior to 2016, like you can't before he started saying make America great. Right. When do you feel like America was great? And would you go back there to that time?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, during after the civil rights movement, he was like, so the 1960s. He was like, I didn't say that. He was like, you said after the civil rights movement. He was like, yes. He was like, so would you go back? Would you transport yourself back in time and live there? It's never been great for us.
I mean, I don't think it hasn't.
It's never been great. Like any time you like, oh, there was economic equality, whatnot. It really wasn't.
Like even for women, it wasn't great for women. They ain't been out the kitchen.
That was what I said. The only women it was great for is one who had rich husbands.
Yeah, and so
who were benefiting from.
And even if we did being pushed out, and even if there were all black marriages, and we had all these communities, once you went outside of that community, there were still the sundown towns. You were still being called out of your name. You know what I mean? So now in your community, you might have been able to have community and greatness in that community.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as America, no. But if according to them, everything's been running, because it was some company that I don't pay attention to who people hire as CEOs, but apparently they do. And it was a black lady somewhere. I was like, damn, I hope she doesn't mess it up. But it was something that I liked. It might have been something Marvel related. And then I was like, please don't, don't start making everybody, have one orientation or the other. Let's just keep to the source. But then there's that though. Then there's it seems like there's a pressure. And I'm not speaking for black women at all, but it seems like there's a pressure like that when they hire a black woman in some of these positions that you've got to let everything through. You know what I mean? Like a pressure from the company. Yes, we need some trans characters. Yeah. We need some bisexual characters.
Either a pressure or a slight nudge to tell them, hey, if you really want to make this movie a success, you got to make everybody
right. And it's well, you understand, you're black.
It's what? You're black and a woman.
Yeah, I didn't choose to be either one. This is, it's who I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't, I can't turn this off. No matter what I do, it's who I am.
Right?
And if I walked around saying that I was anything other, nobody would take me seriously.
I identify as Caucasian.
Okay, well, I refuse to believe that.
Exactly. So
because it does it's they wouldn't accept it, and then that's the weird part. You'll accept whatever, but if I was no, I'm a white male.
No, clearly you're not, sir.
No, I am.
No, you are not.
Yeah, I am.
As a matter of fact, get out the car.
No, right. See, and then that's the thing. You know what I mean? It's just odd to accept something. Then you got to accept it all.
And they always only accept what benefits them at the end of the day, anyway. So
yeah, and so hopefully. It's just I didn't even know the word DEI.
You should have woke up podcast today. That's what this is.
Okay. I didn't even know the word. I didn't know what DEI was until it was just random men complaining. I'm like, what? Because it was another company that they started doing bad. Oh, there's those. And I don't know if the company was even doing great before. Because obviously, if you've had to replace somebody, you weren't flourishing before.
Exactly.
And then they hire
Or
somebody.
that person was a dirtbag.
Up and tell you about those DEI hires. I was like, DEI? And then one time it was for the mayor of Baltimore. He was like the mayor who was elected.
He elected was a DEI
Like,
hire.
all right, bro.
Because we don't really elect our officials, brother.
Okay.
See, you got to wake up. They put who they want to be running these areas.
But now, speaking to the softer sides of things, the Los Angeles Dodgers
Hey,
have won the World
they
Series.
won the World Series.
A couple of years ago, the Los Angeles Dodgers won the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
They went after. So they were already a good team.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Already a good team.
Clayton Kershaw.
They had Kershaw, they had Mookie, already a good team. They got rid of the stain of Yasiel Puig, who had all the talent, but just apparently wanted to be a...
You started. Go ahead and finish it.
I won't give them the satisfaction because then they'll think they can say it. He wanted to be an asshat. And we got rid of the stain of that. They won with Mookie and Kershaw not that long ago. A good team.
Mm-hmm.
Owned by Magic and obviously a bunch of other people. A good team.
Mm-hmm.
They went and got Shohei.
Yeah, that was...
They went and got arguably one of the best to ever do it right now in the game.
Mm-hmm.
A good team.
Mm-hmm.
Went and got Shohei. So when are your Detroit Lions going to elect to go and get Myles Garrett? Already a good team.
Whoa, easy.
You go and get the big fella and you lock it up.
I'm going to tell you what I think. Hold on.
I'm not done. You lock it up. 4-1. What about the Dodgers? 4-1. Robinson, no, wow, Robinson Cano. I don't want to go too far back.
To say like you went too. You went there.
Juan Carlo. They got the slugger Aaron Judge. 4-1 them. And then that big joker.
They call it a gentleman's sweep.
Yeah, that big joker Shohei didn't even have to throw any pitches. It was like, wait for the good pitches. He didn't have to throw any pitches. Used his mutant league bat. Him and what's that Lions player? The greatest athlete in the NFL.
Penei Sewell.
Yeah, apparently they from the same tree because it's just freaks of nature. But when are they going to elect to do what needs to be done? A good team. They threw the money at them and went and got a top 5 player. They were already a good team. Went and got a top 5, top 3 player because you got, as far as great sluggers, there's Giancarlo, there's Aaron Judge, and they said, no show, you're coming. Everybody wanted them. Magic said, I know what it takes.
Yeah.
It was me. It was James. It was the captain. I know what it takes. So your Detroit Lions, they've got Sonic and Knuckles. They've got, Jared, go off. They've got
running the golf fence.
They've got one of the sons of the Pharaohs, Amon St. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown. They've got they got Sam on Tuesday, Laporta on Sunday out there. Okay, they got everybody. They got BB Butcher out there. They got Brian Branch. Okay, they got the other Bama or Illinois boy on the other side. You plug in Miles and lock this shit up.
You ready to hear my theory?
No. Kansas City Chiefs 7-0. What did they do? Arguably, per the numbers, best record in the there we go. Detroit Lions, arguably best team in the league. Kansas City Chiefs, with no argument, best record in the league. They got the best record. They got better. The Ravens are, for the most part, kind of rolling. Like they know, barring injury, they know barring injury, they're going to the playoffs no matter what. They went and got better, and getting Deontay Johnson. What are your Lions going to do? Worst case scenario, they get far, they get Miles, they get far, it might not work out. Then you got Aiden come back. Then you got lethal weapon, Riggs and Murtaugh on either side. Lock it up. But what are they going to do? The Dodgers have given the blueprint. A good team goes and gets a great player. Championship. Everybody don't have Andy Reid. But then maybe Ben Johnson is Andy Reid, but he wasn't Andy Reid last year. So when are they? And at some point, my homeboy is gonna wake up. He's kind of just
that's what they need a D-Hop for.
Whatever it takes.
Because they got Hollywood, he got hurt, and then they had
but now they got that other demon child, Pacheco. Pacheco's supposed to be back, so Kareem will slide off, and he can catch a couple of dink and dunks. But when are they going to do what needs to be done to lock this up? I've seen your coach. He's made some changes. I told you the other day, I was surprised he kicked that field goal in Minnesota. Usually I said, oh, Thunder Dan Campbell. He's going to keep going for this one, and it's going to cost him the game.
People don't realize down the field. He just wants to win the game.
I'm not done. Went down the field, got the touchdown. When are they going to do what it takes and seal the deal? The corners and the safeties are doing their job. Because as we can see, people are still able to throw. Who was that? The Titans had 300-400 yards on them. When are they going to
only have 14 points?
Well, that's
bend but don't break.
Well, see, no. What you want to do is you break the opposition.
Yeah, so I mean, yes. When you break them by getting that many yards, how we get that? You know what that film?
I'm not done. When are they going to do what needs to be done and go and get Miles Davis Garrett and lock this thing up? Party down Woodward. Party down Michigan Avenue. Party down Ford Road. Party down Grand River. Party on half of the Ambassador Bridge. It would be an absolute calamity. But they need to do what needs to be done and seal the deal. Again, barring injury. But, because injuries already happened. Seal the deal. Look at the Dodgers. Okay? Good team. Got a great player. Beat a team with nothing but sluggers. That Yankee payroll, they don't even think about it. Take it. You could take it.
Nothing but bats.
Because they wanted him. And that boy Shohei probably said, I prefer my illegal gambling in California as opposed to New York. So I'm going to go on over here.
Oh.
Dodgers. All right, go ahead.
First and foremost, thank you for having me. So I'm make one statement. I'm gonna answer quick because my answer to your question is actually my personal theory, and I think it's going to be a bombshell. But if I'm correct, then it is what it is. First of all, that people get Dan Campbell pegged wrong, right? I probably said.
Oh, you want to start with this first?
Yeah, because the other thing is going to be if that happens. So he plays to win the game. That field goal put them in position to win the game. The likelihood of the Vikings driving down to be able to score the whole field, drive down the whole field to score after that, and the time that they had, very unlikely. Last year, against the Cowboys, he was playing to win overtime. No, we're going home. We're about to win this game and go home. Didn't work out that way. But he played. The statistics even showed. The advanced analytics even showed that would have been the right thing to do.
I don't disagree,
Now,
but the third time.
I mean, if it worked, you proved that it could work. So so I'll just say that he plays to win the game. That's my kind of coach. I don't want to tie. I want to go to overtime for what when we can win now. So there's that. Now, you ask when are they going to pull the trigger? That's what I think. It's because and me and every other Lions fan around has been on the clock just looking. Is there the trade news yet? No, we like a fiend. Just y'all got some trades for me? No, okay, come on now. You got to have some trades for me. They don't have no trades yet, right?
No, they don't.
But for whatever reason, even though the Raiders owner said Max Crosby isn't going nowhere, and you remember, I was the one who said he ain't going nowhere.
Right.
They not moving Max Crosby. But for whatever he said, they ain't going nowhere. Max said he don't want to go nowhere. No, and I told you, nowhere did he even say that he wanted. He said if he didn't play for the Raiders.
Right.
I think the Lions trying to get him. Because why are they still bringing him up when this came out of his mouth? It came out of the owner's mouth. But for whatever reason, other sports pundits and whatnot, our other constituents keep saying Max Crosby to the Lions for a high pick. You can go get a Max Crosby. And they keep saying it. I think the Lions may have their ear right now, and they cooking on something. I don't think they're looking for like they keep saying, like other people saying Zadarius Smith instead of Myles Garrett. Like as far as like the other sports, people, our other constituents.
Correct.
They're saying Zadarius Smith is probably going to be the one that gets moved instead of Myles Garrett, mainly because of the contract. Lions have plenty of cap space. And as you can see, they just re-signed basically everybody who needs to get re-signed immediately. So we're going to have some time. All it takes is a sign and restructure, a sign extension and restructure, and you got yourself a team for a minute.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. I personally think that they are at least trying. Like after the trade deadline, do not be surprised. If we don't have Max Crosby, there's going to be a report coming out saying the Lions inquired about Max Crosby. Or the Lions tried to work on a trade for Max Crosby. Mark my words. If we don't have him, that's what it's going to be.
Okay.
But Brad Holmes is always 2 steps ahead because the whole reason we got David Montgomery, right? We had Jamal Williams.
We did.
And he was like, you know what?
Swift.
He said we did. We had Jamal Williams. And he was like, all right, we could lose him to free agency. And we know the running backs are going to be moving fast. So, if we can't get nothing done with him by this time, our second option is David Montgomery. Because, of course, they want to pay the people who are here, who are helping us build. Jamal Williams, he was a standout on that Hard Knocks. He was the one giving that speech or whatnot.
Yeah.
And so, they talked to him, negotiated with him. He was like, he felt like he should have been getting more money. All right, we ain't got time for this because we're trying to build a winning team over here. And if we sit here and talk to you all day and give you the money, we ain't going to have money to get nobody else.
But didn't they extend David Montgomery?
He's playing way better than Jamal Williams was, though.
How long was Jamal Williams there?
2 years.
So this is Montgomery's second year. So
this is not, this is the second year.
In Jamal's second year, didn't he have the most touchdowns in the NFL?
He had at one point in the season, but he didn't finish with the most touchdowns in the NFL. He had the most touchdowns in Lions history for a running back.
And he was sharing with Swift, correct?
He was basically, Swift was hurt half the time.
Right. So I'm just saying,
but
if
I'm
they
saying
would have
though,
let him continue to play his
he
position,
had these touchdowns off of 1-2 yard runs. This man didn't have no yards. He wasn't playing like Montgomery playing.
Who knows what happens?
I'll tell you what happens. What is he doing right now in New Orleans?
New Orleans doesn't have a quarterback.
And what is happening with David Montgomery here? What was his record when he was here? What is our record now? That's what happened. We're better off without him. No knock to him. I liked him. That was my guy. But we are, as a team, as you can see, 6-1 should be 7-0. But for whatever reason, Ben Johnson decided, you know what? He pulled a. I won't say this because we're gonna have a transition at a time. I'm not ready to transition. But whatever, I'm gonna say it. He pulled a Lamar and said, you think we're just gonna run all over you? We're gonna beat you with our arm. And Jared Goff threw 55 passes when we know good and well that's not how you win a game on our team. Like you got to run the ball.
It's a lot of passes.
There's a lot of passes. He threw the ball 55 times against a defense who midway through the game lost their best run stopper, and our running back was getting yards. So it made no sense for that to happen. So we should be, and that was honestly the last bad game being called since then.
Yeah, dude's been dialing them up.
Ever since then, he said never again. And we've been 47, 42, 31, 52. We just been knocking them out. But I think I don't think any trade is going to happen until after this Sunday. I don't think they're
when
not.
Is the deadline?
Deadline's Tuesday. Election day is a deadline. Yeah, so I think Monday, maybe even Sunday after the game, Monday, or maybe Sunday before the game. You never know. But I don't think we're going to see anything this Sunday. If we don't have Max Crosby, I think that a report is going to come out at some point where it was like, yeah, we reached out to him, we tried to, we were working on something, and we just couldn't make it work.
If you were a betting man, what would you put on it that they do make some type of move?
Oh, they're going to do. I put it all on black. They're going to do something because
all on blue.
The black jerseys. It's color rushes. They're noise. They're real noise. But the reason why I say that is because not only did Aiden get hurt. Well, Marcus Davenport got hurt first. Aiden got hurt.
Got kicked in the head.
No, he came back the next game. Marcus Davenport was the free agent defensive end that they picked up.
Okay.
So he gets hurt. Aiden gets hurt. Dude who did halfway decent the game after Aiden was gone, he got hurt twice that game, came back, and we have no consistent pass rusher now. So they know they have to do something.
Yes.
They can't just have, especially in our division, you can't have Jordan Love sitting back there cooking steaks.
You can't.
You know what I'm saying? You can't have Sam Darnold back there just waiting to throw the ball. You can't have Caleb Williams because even though they are, I don't think they are as good as their record says, the Bears. I also don't think Caleb Williams is as bad as his stats are showing.
Right.
I don't think he's the best quarterback that came out of the draft by far. But I think that Caleb Williams is a capable quarterback if he has the time. Almost every quarterback is capable if they have the time to throw the ball.
100%.
So, but I also see that the Bears don't have a great offensive line, which,
they need to work on.
Exactly. But, yeah, I feel like a move is going to be made. Everybody's leaning towards Zadarius Smith right now, which I guess technically right now he's on Cleveland and having a better season than Miles right now. But
is that because Miles is there?
It could be.
Because if they got to double and triple him,
it could be. It could very well be.
The world is yours. I mean, what is it? Him, Bosa, and one or two other people that have been since 2018, 2019 flourishing at their position. But we know ain't nobody leaving Mike Tomlin unless you're a wide receiver.
Yeah, so because you go, they want to run the ball. What's his face? That one receiver that the Lions got, Tim Patrick, who they elevated from practice squad, and he's been getting random catches every once in a while. He said he came here because he knew he was going to be able to get the ball. He's like, they're going to pass. He said, that's why I'm here. They're going to pass. And so, yeah, I think the Lions,
okay.
I think the Lions going to make a move. If they don't, I can really see us drafting a very good player because Brad Holmes has not missed yet in the draft, which is probably why they're trying to work it out because the draft picks, his high, he doesn't want to give away a high draft pick because he knows how to pick them. Penei Sewell, Jahmyr Gibbs, who everybody thought was about to be. You know how many people on TV in real life was like, Gibbs? Why'd we get Gibbs? We should have got Bijan. Why'd we get Gibbs? And now look at Sonic.
I mean, but Bijan's not doing bad either.
He's not doing bad, but they made it seem like Gibbs was like a potential bust of a pick.
He just had to be in the right system.
Exactly. So we got Gibbs, we got Jack Campbell, who's playing pretty decent, Sam Laporta. If we want to go through the whole draft, Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph. St. Brown was like a third, fourth round pick.
Yeah. I remember watching something. He said he hated seeing them, seeing them drop, but he said they all paid all of them.
Aleem McNeil, like all his picks for the most part,
very young.
Like most of them get some playing time, even the ones you like. Freaking Broderick, I mean, the ones that can stay healthy, because like Broderick Martin, Christian Mahogany, those guys who just got drafted in the last 2 years, they haven't been able to stay on the field because of injuries. But everybody who they have picked, Terrion Arnold, as many defensive pass interference calls he's getting, he's still on the field. Ennis Rakestraw, still on the field. Everybody who he picked is playing. Like, he don't got nobody who they was just like, oh, well, you're fourth, fifth string.
So maybe he said, I'll give you 2/3, two threes, but I tell you who to pick with him.
Listen, he can tell them, I'll give you a 7th rounder, but I'll tell you who. I'll literally give you our 7th rounder.
We just need Miles.
Literally give you our 6th rounder. We're going to give you the pick and tell you who it's going to be for us. And I'll even, just for a little razzle dazzle, I'll let Ben tell you how to use him if it's an offensive player.
There we go. There we go. Let your ego out the way, and then you can flourish.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why they aren't so eager to just trade for a draft pick, because he know how to pick them, and the teams are built through the draft. Even though, like, we are, what is it, fourth year into it?
I believe so. Yeah.
It's the 4th year into it. And at this point, it's like, all right, the players that we got that first year have developed quite nicely.
Yeah.
Penei Sewell, St. Brown, even the quarterback that we had got, Jared Goff from the trade to get it all started, he's been getting better every year. So they're doing it the right way.
And then who found Ben Johnson?
Ben Johnson was our tight ends coach.
Well, clearly he was over there being wasted.
He was being wasted. He was the tight ends coach. Because if you remember, we had black dude used to be the Anthony Lynn used to be the coach of the Chargers.
Okay.
We had him as our offensive coordinator, and Aaron Glenn as a defensive coordinator. Our offense couldn't do nothing. So then they fired him, promoted Ben Johnson for the time being. And then they did an offensive coordinator search. They said, we're going to look internally first, blah, blah. Got him. They're like, you know what? Ben is our guy. It's like, what was he doing with the tight ends?
I mean, what's the name? Hawkinson wasn't bad.
No, he wasn't, but it was like,
but I mean,
like, why do you have him here? It's like in Infinity War when Scarlet Witch came down. Okoye says, why was he up there the whole time?
Right.
Like, what was Ben Johnson doing in that room the whole time? So,
right, they wouldn't have got to your boy if he was down here on the front lines.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's probably why they're so reluctant to just trade away a draft pick, because dude, he know how to pick them.
He does. Okay.
He know how to pick them, and they've been developing them quite nicely.
So now, does switching over to a different team, does the addition of Deontay Johnson, if Lamar can get over whatever whatever hold Steve Spagnuolo has over him, do you think this is the year that they can get past the Chiefs with having someone as monumental as Derrick Henry?
This is where I wish I had a sign or a graphic we could put up that says "hot take."
Yeah.
And I know we talked about this, and I jokingly said it, but honestly, this is how I really feel. Deontay Johnson ain't no difference maker.
No, I mean, he's better, but
is he better than Zay Flowers? Probably, but it's like so it's like this. So I'll put it like this: he's in the same tier as Zay Flowers, but he's higher up on the ranking list in that tier. We're going like elite, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 bench warmers. They're probably both, in my personal opinion, they're not elite. they're not tier 1. He's just at a higher level in tier 2 than Zay Flowers is, in my opinion.
But per our diva metric, isn't that what a winning team would need?
So elite players don't have to be divas. All elite players aren't divas.
Give me an elite receiver that wasn't Jerry Rice that won a.
Oh, you mean like that in that metric?
Correct.
So yes, if they can use him correctly, because here's what has to happen. Here's what has to happen. If you don't have an elite receiver, what's going to happen is you are going to do what he does. One here, one there, one here, one there, because you don't have with the game on the line. With the game on the line, and then I'm asking you, the game on the line.
He went to Mecole Hardman.
Without.
He went to Mecole.
But he knows Mecole.
But he's not an elite receiver.
He knows, but they got the chemistry. They got the relationship. They've been there for forever.
What is it? Is it chemistry?
It's both.
It's both.
It's both. It's both. And with the game on the line, if you're Lamar Jackson, let's say Lamar's not even on that team. Game on the line. Who's getting the ball? You just go, Derrick Henry?
My legs.
I mean,
I'm gonna go play action. I'm gonna survey.
You're not wrong, because Lamar is in the LeBron category. Well, LeBron a couple years ago category. Now he's getting a little older, so I don't put everything on LeBron no more. If you're the leader of this team, you're the best player on this team. Whatever you do is either going to be praised or condemned at the end of the day. You're either going to make something happen that's going to help you win the game, but whatever it is going to be your fault at that last play of the game, where you have the ball in your hands. You take off running, get tackled, don't score the touchdown. Oh, he should have passed it. You pass it, it's incomplete. Oh, he should have ran it. Same thing with LeBron. Years ago, he's the best player on the league. He has the ball in his hands. Clock's running down. He shoots it. He misses it. I can accept that more than if he passes the ball, though.
Right.
So for Lamar, at this point in time, I personally, if I'm Lamar, it has to be. This has to be like the offensive coordinator scheming something for somebody to get open. But you got to know your weapons at that point that are not Lamar Jackson, that are not Derrick Henry, because, like I said,
tight end catches the ball consistently.
He just started catching it the last few weeks. He started the season off like he forgot he was playing football.
He's coming back from injury.
And then Isaiah Likely, I don't know how he's not getting the ball. Dude runs like a receiver.
He does.
So it's and technically, if he had worn white shoes, they probably would have beat the Chiefs that first game.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is, with receivers that are not tier 1 to elite level receivers, you have to either have what they call a kingmaker as a quarterback, or you have to have a offensive coordinator who has a great scheme that just knows how to get people open. Because none of them are like they don't got no Randy Moss-esque, like they don't have no freaks of nature on that team.
No, except for Derrick Henry.
Yeah, but as a receiver, they don't have nobody who's just going to jump over everybody. No, they don't have anybody who's outrunning everybody. And the person they do have who can outrun a lot of people drops the ball a lot. And so you have to you got to scheme these people. You got to come up with that scheme to get them open. Now, what is on Lamar is if they're not open and you have a lane to run, take off. Take off. When the game's on the line, you don't got to do it every play, but if the game is on the line, take off. Because I get it. You don't want to get hurt. You don't want to get, because he done wasted. He done not wasted, but he's been injured a lot of this.
Right.
Last year was the first year he finished uninjured.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it. You get hurt when you get hit.
Right, but I mean, if it's the playoffs.
But if it's the playoffs, it's the last game of the season. You can't hold anything back.
You cannot.
You can't. So you got to be able to take off, make the right decision.
100%.
Make the right decision.
I agree.
Or else you're gonna end up like well, maybe you need to get hit more, unless you end up like Deshaun Watson, Not saying that this is funny that he got hurt, but
Well.
I saw an interview. He was in a press conference talking about how he's not going anywhere to tell them to write me any design run plays because I don't want to get hit. Maybe you need to get hit so your body get used to it, and now you're over here just taking a step.
Non-contact injury.
That's what it was. Just like out for the season.
Oh yeah, them non-contacts.
You got to get yourself together, man. They over here doing all this fancy standing on the Bozu ball with one foot, catching a medicine ball and throwing it. It's good for my core strength and my hands and coordination.
Iron.
You got to pay the iron price.
It's the iron.
That at the end of the day, like this is where it turns slightly fitness on this podcast because as you can see, it ranges from people who refuse to lift weights at the gym, who's like, oh, I'm gonna just do this class, I'm gonna just do this, to people who are professional athletes. You're not getting what you need if you're not hitting the iron. You got to pay the iron price.
You got to.
Flexibility, mobility, that's cool. Do things that you enjoy doing. Absolutely. You like that class? Do that class. But at the end of the day, if strength training is not the form, the iron is not the fundamental, the foundation of your training, you ain't got a strong foundation, brother or sister.
You want good skeletal muscle, good muscle, you must pay the iron price.
You got to.
So what else did you have? 'Cause I know you said you
had
a lot to talk about.
We got sports, but now we got movies too. We got movies, video games, all that stuff. It's been a minute. Which I just realized I gotta go get the 3rd edition of the Black Panther vs. Predator because that came out earlier last week.
Where's the second one?
Oh, I gotta bring it up here for you to read it. But I have it though. It's in my possession. I'm sorry. I just keep just like
you forgot the one.
Listen. I took it. It's what happens when I have too much time. When I'm at home, I was sitting there, and I got dressed, got the text message saying that my client wasn't coming. I was like, all right, whatever. So then I was like, well, I can slow it down a little bit because we said we wasn't gonna film till 8. So I was like, let me slow it down. Mm-hmm. And my daughter told me she wanted to start working out. I was like, oh, okay, cool. She was like, but I don't want to work my arms out because I don't want to look like a man. And I was like, here we go with this. In my own home, I have to address this.
You failed.
And I was like, what makes you think you're going to look like a man? I said, first of all, you're a 10-year-old child.
Yeah.
Let alone a 10-year-old girl, but you're a 10-year-old child. You think you can't even do you can't do one real push-up and you think you're going to look like a man? Like, do you know how many men are trying to look like a man?
Right.
Who are not. Like, this is just the most preposterous notion to me.
It's the world and the internet, man.
Like, y'all think, first of all, I'm looking at you. Whoever it is watching this who needs to hear this. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why the women who think they're scared that they're going to look like a man because they lift weights. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you're not. Number one, your body does not produce enough testosterone naturally. So unless you're taking something, it's not going to happen. 2, like I said before, there are men who are trying to look like a man, and they are not looking like the man they're trying to look like because they don't have the proper programming. They're going in there and they're just doing whatever the heck they feel like doing. They touching stuff. They're like, I'm going to grab these weights. They think they're going to siphon the power from the weights and all of a sudden just turn into like how Thor was in the comic books, where he was a skinny man at first, like the old comics. Mm-hmm. He was just a regular skinny looking dude with glasses. As soon as he grabbed the hammer, he turned into Thor. That's not how it works. Mm-hmm. You got to have the proper programming for it to happen. Mm-hmm. And 3, y'all not going to eat the right way to look the way you want to look. If you're trying to look that way, you're not eating the right way. Y'all letting these dudes take you out to wherever y'all feel like going to eat. You're not going to get the muscle from going like Cheesecake Factory ain't giving you the muscle.
No.
Like you're not
well, it can, but what you would have to eat.
They're not ordering.
They're not ordering. Just give me 2 beef patties and white rice. No, not at all.
Have y'all seen what bodybuilders look like? Do you see the women that's on stage? They look like that on purpose. And the things that they do, you don't look like that. Even outside of even if they because we've talked about that plenty of times.
The computerol.
Even outside of that, even outside of that,
Winnie.
even outside of that,
A little test.
even outside of that,
Okay.
the training and eating that they do is not the training and eating that y'all are willing to do. I can guarantee you that.
At all.
So do not be afraid of looking like them, because you will not. I can guarantee it. I had to tell my daughter, I said, you'll never look like that because you like chicken nuggets too much.
No, shame.
Chicken as a kid. All kids like chicken nuggets.
Nuggets are delicious.
Exactly.
But
if you eating them all the time, that's your doggone go-to. Like, Daddy, can we get a snack after school? Like, yeah, we got something at home. We can't get McDonald's. McDonald's? We can't get no chicken nuggets.
Well, it's made for the kids.
Can we get some chicken nuggets, Dad? That's our voice.
That's not your child's voice.
Dad, can we get some chicken nuggets? No, we can't get any chicken nuggets. Why do we have to eat what's at home all the time? Because I cooked it. That's why.
She just talks like this. No.
She's around y'all. See that?
No, I'm fine.
That's kids though, man.
No,
Kids are.
No, you said I can go play with the kids. Oh, okay. No, thank you. I don't
You
want
should have seen her on the way there.
I don't want any pizza, please. No. No.
Yeah, she's a children are weird these days.
Yeah, Cobra did it to him.
You know what she said on the way to the party. She was like, Dad, I want to go because maybe I can meet some new friends. And then she gets there.
She did meet some people.
She did.
She did. Was also a casualty of war.
She was a casualty. So, I mean, she got a few people out. Yeah, apparently, she got rocked while we was in there watching the Lions game.
Oh, it happens.
Yeah, but yeah. So as far as working out, I don't even know how we got there. But I got triggered when
we were talking about Derrick Henry and him working out. With a good trainer, and how it has done him quite well, and then other people out here on Bosu balls, and they're not having the same skeletal muscle strength.
So those are the three reasons why you won't look like that. Perfect.
We're live.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's on me. So you watched Piece by Piece recently?
I did. If you don't know, it's a movie by Pharrell, based off of what his vision of doing this is. That the only way it could be done is by using Legos, because that's how creative his mind is. And yes, I did watch it with the family. It was a quality watch, very inspirational.
Very inspirational. It's a few, like, for the most part, because I follow most artists that I like. I knew the majority of the stuff. I did not know "Frontin" was supposed to be a Prince song.
That was crazy. But I can hear it now.
I did. You don't want to sound full of yourself. I don't have to be. That was
it's clear as day.
I'm like, my Lord.
And the fact that he didn't want to do it. Can you imagine?
Prince and Jay-Z? Not trying to pull himself through. So then we try.
And then, now I don't know how much of an ego Prince had, but you let Pharrell come in or Pharrell just goes, that we touch, and then we lock eyes. And then that's when Pharrell might come back in. Oh my goodness.
Man, listen.
And then even in that scene of that video, to have the artist formerly known as just randomly in that house party.
You made another one for real? Call you for real because you're the truth.
Man, when he came in
that was one of his shortest, but one of the best verses that Jay
said, every time your name was brought up, I would act all nonchalant in front of an audience. Like he was just another shorty I put the naughty on. But truth be told, you threw me for a loop this whole. I'm too old to be fronting what I'm feeling, Denzelin', acting like you ain't appealing when you are, stunting like you ain't my only girl when you are.
He said, stunting like you ain't my only
girl. I'm ready to stop when you are. Like and then turned around and just gave him the
pretending he has options. Stunning like you ain't my only girl. But I mean, You are.
I'm ready to stop when you are.
But I'm ready to stop playing these games when you are.
Listen,
I was just fronting, but you know I want you, babe.
that is, I didn't even realize that it went #1. I mean, it was just a great song.
That song was fantastic.
I didn't realize that because of Pharrell, Snoop got his first #1. It's Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I didn't know that was his first #1.
It's just crazy.
Which keeps reminding me that Snoop has never won a Grammy, which is crazy as well.
It is crazy.
Like,
but then when you think about the Grammys, you go, oh okay.
Yeah,
that's why Jay-Z
won a Grammy.
That's why Jay-Z boycotted. All right. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
And DMX. I don't want to not include DMX. But even to go into like the rooms, in the spaces he was in, to be talking to Gwen Stefani and No Doubt, and the band are kind of like, but they at first weren't seeing the vision.
You got to hear it,
but she saw it apparently from hearing the song, and then once the band came in and they did their thing,
and then after,
and then this wasn't even Holla Back.
That wasn't Holla Back, girl. She doubled back after she left the band.
So listen, I'm gonna go talk to Pharrell for a second. I gotta put some. But just for him to be as talented as he is, to have his family breathe confidence into him, breathe belief into him, for his grandmother as well, and because that's what you want to provide for your child, for them to believe that they can do anything, because they can. It's just going to come with some work. Because you see, I mean, he did Rump Shaker, and was making beats for 5 years, 4 or 5 years. Just okay, we'll put that beat there, and we'll put that beat there, and tried to do something, and it wasn't until if Noriega doesn't have doesn't take a chance and have to have a change of pace, who knows? Like, just imagine that, like that you've got it. You've got you see all these books here, but like they're all beats you've made. You got bangers. I know I got them. But these A&Rs, I don't know. The CEOs, I know. And then one guy, what? And then he, you had mentioned it to me. How he's like, yeah, now we need to make a hook. He's like, yeah, I already got the hook. Don't worry about it.
That's when you know what the songs, you just be listening.
When did you do the hook? Well, yeah, I took it from you. You made the hook. I have not made the hook, but you have.
You did.
And then from that, and then the other songs, he does the album, says the phones is off the hook. Took off like a rocket.
Like a rocket. Like a rocket.
But very inspirational.
Very inspirational. Now, I will say, after listening, I went on a Pharrell/NERD kick after that. And I could hear how Prince influenced a lot of his music, listening to the NERD albums.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this could have easily been a Prince song.
Yeah.
Some of these.
Yeah.
So,
and then when Gwen Stefani was talking, and there's just that, she said that he had somebody in every room of the studio. Do you know what kind of zone
you got to be in? Like, because this song requires this particular kind of energy. Now I got to leave out and go into this. No, this song is this.
Yeah.
And go upstairs. Usher, this song is this. You don't have to call. It's okay, girl. I'll be right back. Go downstairs. Don't just make you want to jump, Buster.
Yep. Then you gotta go to Justin.
Justin, it's Senorita. I feel for you. You got to calm it down, Senorita.
Gwen's waiting on you.
I'll be right back.
Like, that is
like this.
It's insane. It's insane. And then to have a friend
who's on that same page as you.
Like, damn, my homeboy. Damn. Wait, you said what? You say oh, I done forgot. What is Pusha T's real name? Terrence. Oh, you said Terrence selling dope again. The album didn't work out. All right, then goes back home and calls. Hey, bro,
I got the best beat I ever made. And if you don't take it,
if
you don't get over here in 10 minutes,
I'm sending it to Hov.
I'm giving it to Jay-Z. Like, that's
let me get down the street. Like, just a very, very, very. Now they'd have to Timberland would have to put out a similar project, for us to learn things that we didn't already know. Because, like you said, most of the stuff we already knew
Yeah.
in regards to Pharrell. But Timberland will probably have to do the same, and then, yeah, that's probably his only real competition. I mean, Jermaine Dupri. I don't know, Jermaine Dupri's had some. He's had some hits, but not
Missy Elliott too.
Missy as well. And then for them to,
they was all in high school together.
All there together.
Because not for us, we went to the same school, but I missed them by a year. They were in class together.
For us, it was Timberland and Missy and Magoo and them. And at the time, like, I didn't know who, but nobody knew who Pharrell was.
No.
Meanwhile, Rump Shaker came out before Missy and them, correct?
Yeah.
So he's on, like, he made a hit record. And no one knows who Timberland and Magoo, like, nationwide is at the time that Rump Shaker comes out. And then a couple years later, Timberland and Missy come out. Well, I'm sorry, Missy comes out, and she shoots into the stratosphere because she's I would have to say an overweight woman who's full of energy, and it just took the industry by storm.
Very
she
talented.
could beyond talented, and could dance, could sing, could rap, and was had different ideas. Everybody remember her. That Can't Stand the Rain and that whatever that suit was. Just like, wow, what energy!
Yeah.
Just even amongst them, and then even from Chad, and then from Pusha T, what energy! These are childhood friends. Like you talking about, we used to ride bikes together. Like these are childhood friends. Yes. Imagine you going to high school with. I mean, at this point, you could. Is Pusha T a rap legend? But why you debate that? We know Missy's a legend. We know Timberland's a legend, and obviously Pharrell. Wow. But very, 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 very inspirational.
Very inspirational.
It's what almost anything can be achieved if people give you an opportunity and they believe in you, and an opportunity to be the best you, and then eventually,
and
doors
and when you actually go out and go for it.
Go
out and get it
and put the work in.
When they were showing him dancing on desks at executive labels or whatnot before,
he was there.
He wanted it.
And just imagine that. All it took was, dude, get the hell off my desk. Sure. I'll take 2 of the beats. Well, but I got to be there. I got to produce. I got to do my thing. Fine. And then that would have changed that A&R's whole career had he just given somebody a shot, because all these songs were already there.
Yep.
That's another thing. Don't be afraid of trying something new, because you figure with all these A&Rs, all the record labels they went to, they all said no for years. This man had nothing but hits. And once one person took a chance on him, he's been working for 30 years.
He was like, Nori was like, I knew it was like that restaurant that you knew was fire, and you tell everybody else about it. They said, I'm gonna get around to it, and then you come back a year later, and the place you can't even get a reservation no more.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Like, I'm the same guy. These beats are old.
I've been working on this my whole life.
Like literally, they're just sitting here. I've been trying to get you. Oh, I would have. You talking about a tax? Like you told me no, so the price is double.
Prices and the VIG.
There you go. But to do that, to get with Adidas, to get with all these high fashion brands,
billionaire boys clubs,
just a mind full. So hey, if you got children and they talking about they seeing colors and seeing that, hey, maybe direct them towards some music class, or just try to fan the flames of whatever their interests
what it is. Don't limit them to. Not saying there's nothing wrong being an engineer, doctor, whatever, but don't cultivate the atmosphere where you think that they have to take the safe route to make a living at the end of the day, because kids sitting in front of the computers playing video games on YouTube.
Yeah.
So
if you see something that they like,
Find a way. You can literally make money doing anything, make a living doing anything.
Especially if you love it.
Especially if you love it. Because if you love it, you're going to find new ways to make it better.
There you go. And we love y'all, and we know y'all love us. Jason Jamerson.